Good afternoon, this is Dan Howe, PTI Securities and Futures, coming to you on Monday, September 26th for your daily afternoon wrap-up. Overnight, the market was pretty wide. We actually had a 38-point range overnight, which once again is kind of amazing. We do this pretty much every day. Foreign markets were really mixed. Asia was down 1.5 to 2%, where European markets were up 1 to 2%. Our fundamental news before the opening is new homes came in pretty much as expected, 295 versus 293, didn't have much impact on the markets. Earnings news today, the only news we had came up before the market was Calamine eggs, came in a little bit better than expectations. So really that was kind of nice because they're fairly susceptible to higher commodity prices for inputs because obviously they're an egg producer, so the cost of chicken feed is kind of important to them. The market, however, during the course of the day, we opened up, sold off, was negative for an hour, hour and a half in the daytime, and then we had a kind of an amazing rally. During the course of the day, we saw some pretty good rumors coming out of Europe about potentially having European bonds that will be backed by all countries. That's really not confirmed as to how it's going to be backed, but it appears there's going to be some sort of vehicle that's going to be buying some distressed loans over there. Obviously that's good, but depending on how it is and who guarantees it, it's going to be critical, and also the size of it, the timing of it, and whether or not this is going to have to be actually reviewed by each and every parliament. So there's a lot of details still to come on that. However, the whole idea was received well by the market. The other news today during the course of the day that one of the larger brokerage firms indicated that Apple was cutting back their component orders from Asia by about 25%. This is the first time ever that they have done that. It was not confirmed by Apple, and it was kind of confusing as to whether or not their sales are going poorly or they're just starting to outsource to Brazil because there is a new plant down there they're going to be buying from for the iPad. So, but that kept the NASDAQ down quite a bit, and the NASDAQ did not go positive until very late in the day. However, it was a good day by all. The SPX closed almost on its high at 1162, up 26. The Dow closed up 272 at 11,043, once again above the 11,000 level. NASDAQ started off slow but closed up 33 today. The 10-year note as well as the bonds took it on the chin today, so the yield dropped to 1.90. So obviously that they're quite a bit of selling in the bonds, to say the least. The dollar was a little bit weaker today, closed at 78.15. Gold was probably the only negative on an otherwise risk-on day. So basically the gold did close down $20. However, they were alone. Most of the other commodities, oil, silver, all the rest of them, even the grains, most of them closed up here today. Coming up this week, we have the consumer confidence numbers tomorrow. We have durable good orders on Wednesday, the GDP number on Thursday, and the Chicago PMI coming on Friday. So we have something important each day. It's going to be interesting to see if we can continue this into the week and what it eventually comes from the European debt situation. It's been Dan Howe, PTI Securities and Futures.